Hi guys, Selina Walker here, naturopath and nutritionist living deep in nature here at Ysbryd y Coed, Spirit of the Trees. And this week I want to talk to you about one of my green allies, plantain. Plantain is also called Plantago Lanceolata. My attempt at Latin again. You get to laugh at that a lot in the last couple of videos. I kind of remember it as Plantago Lanceolata because it's kind of a bit easier. And here in Wales it's also called Llyriad Arais. So Llyriad Arais is what some people call Ribwort Plantain in Wales. Now you get different varieties of plantain. You get Ribwort and you get broadleaf, and in loads of other countries you get different kinds of plantain as well. But the one I'm talking about today is Ribwort Plantain. And I find that Ribwort Plantain has a bit more medicine than the broadleaf plantain. I don't know whether it's just because the different structure in it, but I tend to always go to the Ribwort. But another reason for that, if I'm really truthful, is because we've got more of it here. I've started to see some of the wide leaf, the broadleaf plantain coming up in the edge of the woodland, but it's not coming up that much. So the Ribwort is what I've got and that's what I use. So I use it for many things. I want to talk to you about the medicinal qualities and introduce you to the plant. So plantain is this plant here, and I'll bring the camera closer shortly so you can have a look at it. And plantain can be used for many different things, as with all herbal medicines. Any plant medicine you're looking at, it's not as simple, I've got this, I'm going to use it for this. I say that herbal medicine, you know, every plant works on every cell in the body, but there are plants that are more for certain symptoms, you might say, or certain instances or experiences that are going on in the body. Now plantain here, she is great for the skin. Whenever I think of plantain, I think of the skin, I think of drying up things such as psoriasis and eczema. So out of plantain, I will be making an oil and combining that probably with other plants such as elder leaves to make a delicious, nourishing oil for the skin. So plantain can be great for that. Plantain's another good one to go for and to know when you're out in the wild. So if I was to pick a leaf, I will show it to the camera. I'm not sure how well you'll see it from there, but I will do a close-up shortly. If you get stung when you're out in nature by a bee, by an insect, or even by nettles, you know, I can see nettles around by here, so maybe I'll need this leaf soon. You can simply just make a ready-to-go poultice. Squish it, squish it, squish it loads. I mean, you could even in your mouth to get it going a bit more, and rub it in the sting or the area, and you could even put it as a poultice onto that area as well. So it's a great one to know in the wild. If you have a fall and you've grazed your knee, you can use it as a green plaster, so a little poultice plaster there and then. So it's a great first aid one to know. And let's be fair, everywhere you go plantain will be, you know, one of the nicknames of plantain is white man's footprint, because wherever white man has been, plantain has followed, and that's what a lot of the Native Americans nicknamed it, the white man's footprint, and it's been known throughout indigenous tribes as that. And interestingly, Plantago, the Latin beginning part of it, planta actually means soles of the feet. So that's really interesting. But other things we can use it for, well, I like to use this not just making medicine, so I make tinctures and oils out of it, but actually use it in juice, so I juice the leaves. It's an amazing plant, and I can guarantee if you've got a garden you will find it. Most people class it as a weed, but it's an amazing green ally and medicine to get to know, because she's pretty much there all year. Even in the winter, she got some frost on her, but it's something that I can juice all year if I want to. You can chop it up quite fine and put it in salads. Now, you're not going to want to use much because she can be quite bitter. So I'm just going to get the camera now and bring you in for a bit of a closer look and talk more about her amazing properties. Okay guys, so here she is, Ribwort Plantain. So it's this plant here. Now you can see where she gets the name Ribwort. See those beautiful ribs on the underneath of her? And then you've got the seed head there. Now the seed head and the seeds can be used instead of psyllium husks, because psyllium husks is Plantago ovata. so it's a close relative. So you can use those to create that mucilaginous texture like you would with psyllium husk, and for fibre, so great for constipation. So I'm just going to zoom in here as well as the camera will go for you to see. And another thing to identify her is if you rip her, can you see the little bits of string coming out of the ribs? So that's another great way to identify her. So the camera's focusing now. So that's the head. That's the stringy bits coming out of the rib. And if I focus in on the leaves, there's the leaves there. So now you've met her close up, let's have a real good conversation about what she is good for. So I've already mentioned a few things. She's good for stings and for cuts and bumps. She's great for digestive system, but she's great at purifying and pulling things out. So again, great for plasters, but if you want to draw pus to the area, if you've got dirt in a cut that you want to draw out, she can be great for that. She can also be great for aches and pains in certain areas, and you can also put the leaves, if you rip the leaves off at the base, you can put them in your shoes if you've got tired feet to soothe your feet, or you can put them in your socks. Oh, that actually feels really lovely already. Great for the mouth area, so if you've got any tooth problems or mouth ulcers or gums, you can simply put some in your mouth and chew in it, or swish a tincture around your mouth. That could be another good thing. Great for things like piles and varicose veins, to really be quite astringent and draw things back to the right place. And can be quite good for bronchial area as well. So if you've got, say, a bit of a cough and you can't get the phlegm up, that's when I would go to her. That's when I would go to Plantain. Now, she's a great all-rounder, so I don't want you to think that you can just use her for those things. She's a great green ally to really get used to. She's in all your gardens, I can assure you. I really hope that's inspired you to go and look for her today, to really learn how to identify Ribwort Plantain, because she's an easy one to identify, and start to think about how you could introduce her into your life. It could simply be by juicing her, a couple of leaves in a juice with some apple and cucumber and ginger. It may be that you chop 2 leaves in with your salad, and it may be that you start to learn to make tinctures and oils, and I'll be sharing more tinctures and oils videos as I'm making them to help you learn what you can do with these green allies. If that's inspired you and you want to connect more, then it'd really help me if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that helps get the wisdom out there. You can also head on over to my website, selinawalker.earth, and subscribe to my newsletter. We'll get hints on tips on how you can create a healthy body, a healthy mind and a healthy planet. I'll see you soon.